A very good evening to all the parents, and hope you all are doing good. You're taking good care of your health and taking good care of your children as well. So today I'm here to talk about a concept or something which many of us have been doing it in our capacity as a parent. And with me are going to be two psychologists who are going to share some views of theirs, uh, you know, the cases which they have handled in regard to this concept, what I'm going to talk about. And it's all about before that. Are you a parent who have kind of told your child when your child comes and complains about his or her sibling nagging her or teasing her or him, and the child has come and complained you, and are you the parent who has said, hey, you are very, very sensitive? Or probably are you the parent who has told your child that, you know what, it's time to go to bed, you need to sleep, you are not hungry, you're just tired? Probably your child is somebody who's really hungry. Or you are the parent who have said multiple times to your child, or I would not say you are the parent, I'm going to ask you, are you the parent who have told your child multiple times that you're very sensitive, such a crazy child, you're very emotional? And are you the parent who have been talking loudly, shouting, screaming on top of your voice with somebody, and when a child comes and asks you what had happened, were you fighting? Are you the parent who says, नहीं क्या हुआ, कुछ नहीं हुआ, तुम्हें नहीं पता चल, तुम्हें बहुत सुनाई देता है, तुम ही ऐसे हो, कुछ ऐसा तो हुआ ही नहीं है, तुम्हें कहाँ से भनक पड़ जाती है? Are you the parent who has a habit of doing all this? And last but not the least, are you the parent who often tells your child or texts your child that Meri drama queen hai buddy, or stop getting dramatic? Are you the parent? Let's talk about the concept of gaslighting today. And let me invite my two psychologist friends today, Ms. Namrata Jain and Ms. Jyoti Dadlani. Hi, Jyoti.
Hello.
So welcome, Namrata, and we're just waiting for Jyoti to join. Until then, let me introduce Namrata. Oh, Jyoti is here. So big thanks to both of you to spare some time from your very, very tight schedule and coming on board on Parent Tales to share some insights in regard to gaslighting. I know both of you have been handling cases, adults ke saath, albeit, but I'm sure that your knowledge and experience will add to what I'm going to share today. So we have Ms. Namrata Jain. She's a TEDx speaker, a psychologist, a life coach, a corporate trainer, a relationship counselor, and a youth coach. She's also a certified hypnotherapist and an NLP practitioner. And above all, she's a very good friend of mine. We have Jyoti Dadlani, a passionate corporate trainer and a psychologist with over 15 years of experience in enhancing human capabilities and skills through behavioral sciences and techniques. And above all, she is also a wonderful friend of mine. So here we are to talk about and discuss about the concept of gaslighting. Namrata, would you like to add some insights in regard to what gaslighting is? And before that, would you mind sharing any cases that you've handled which can help the parents to understand how unknowingly they have been doing it in their daily life? Probably they've never known about it, and it certainly affects the child. So why this topic, Namrata? When I called you and to invite you, you'd asked me that why do you want to talk about gaslighting? Because of late, since last 8 to 9 months, I have been receiving lot of cases where young adults have come and spoken about, and when a detailed probing has been done, the concept that's come out or the thing that's come out is gaslighting, which parents are just not aware of it. So I just wanted to spread some awareness and all to you, Namrata.
Great. I think it's an amazing topic, and Riddhi, and like always, you come up with topics which are so relevant to the current times, right? Which is one of the best things to do because people can relate, and at the same time there is so much more that we can do about it to not harm the children as they move forward in their lives. Most of us know
Absolutely.
that our present is defined by what our childhood has been, and we realize that as adults, and we want to make sure that the future generation does not face the same thing that probably some of us have faced when we were younger in time. Now I'll start this with a case study which I've come across lately. Is there is this girl who's about 18 years old now, and she has been extremely going through a lot of anxiety lately. And the reason why a lot of things that were shared by her is basically her self-worth has gone down, her confidence has gone really low, she's not being able to progress in her career, she's having relationships with people on and off and not being able to sustain in any of them, right? So there are multiple issues that are coming forward in this now. After getting into therapy and exploring a lot of different areas and helping her cover a lot in terms of her mental state that she's going through and helping her progress in that, what we also came down to realize is that a lot of it came from her childhood, which
Mm.
had been growing through the years. What would basically happen is that every time that she would say anything to her parents, and specifically the father in this case, because she was close to her father, the father would always put down everything that she was feeling and make her think differently about it. Basically, gaslighting, moreover, is a form of an emotional abuse that
Yes.
makes you question your own belief systems and the perception of the reality that you have. So, now what would happen in this case is that because the father would always make her question everything that she would say she's feeling or she's going through or she's dealing with, she kind of started wondering if whatever she's feeling is the truth, or is that something that she's just making up in her mind. It started making her question her own identity with time, and
Oh,
that
she must in a very confused state, right?
absolutely. So what is happening in the present also, Riddhi, is that she's always questioning whether the decision that I'm making is right or no. The person that I am friends with, is this person good for me or no? Or is this person, whatever this person is telling me, I am not sure whether I should be doing. And also on the other side, there's one other side also to this, where most often what happens is she's always believing what other people are telling her. She has basically no faith and trust in what she feels is right in the situation. So that in just a one small case study, what I want to share here is that gaslighting is mainly when somebody is constantly telling you something which is a form of an emotional abuse in a way, and is constantly making you rethink and question your own beliefs and the reality that you are living at that time.
How sad and how unfortunate this is, right, Namrita? So parents, many of us have a habit of telling our children, you are a good child or you are a bad child, or you're a good student or you're a bad student, you're a selfish child, or you are the kind of somebody who loves to share the toys. That is also gaslighting. Probably your child doesn't want to share the toys. It's okay. The child is having the onus of and feeling responsible of the toys possessed by him or her. So there are different ways of tackling the situation, but directly telling a child that you're a good child, a bad child, you're a good student, a bad student, or you are somebody who shares their toys is something which is gaslighting. All to you, Jyoti, would love to hear from you.
Okay, thank you. I'm actually agreed with both of you. Gaslighting is. I'm going to use little Hindi. That's fine, Riddhi.
Absolutely,
Because वो जो
absolutely,
dialogues होते हैं ना वो बिल्कुल हिंदी में नहीं करते.
absolutely.
Okay, so of course ये emotional abuse है और कहीं ना कहीं child as a growing up, as a child, if to say you are not good enough, or आप troublemaker हो, yeah, whatever you label them, and the end of the day, especially जब teenagers या adult या as a child भी कभी कभी deal करते हैं, so then they question their own sanity.
Yes.
सेल्फ रिस्पेक्ट तो हाँ हमारा कॉन्फिडेंट लो है ये तो, देन दे कम अप ये मेरा इंट्रोवर्ट बच्चा है। जैसे ये मतलब कोई जन्म से थोड़ी इंट्रोवर्ट होता है, इट्स व्हाट यू ब्रिंग इन, इजंट इट? सो दिस वन इज अ लिटिल बिट इंट्रोवर्ट, and surprisingly when you talk to child you find nothing wrong, nothing, absolutely fine with the person. But when you dig more, then you realize it has been conditioning that way been done, जहाँ पे बताया जाता है you are not so I simply asked a couple of years back, 2-3 years back, one 7 years old kid come to me along with the mother and mom, say, now this one is very extrovert, he gives back. He immediately gives back to teacher, and I think he's too much. So I've done the diagnosis, and I find he's a brilliant child. It's a real gem. The things he give back to the teacher because the teacher is not accepting that she is wrong. So somewhere he has a capability that above intelligent level. Now this kind of child, the parent says, you know what, he is too much. I really cannot handle it. इसको थोड़ा कम करा. अब यार कम क्या कर रहा है मतलब? तो कहीं ना कहीं she keeps on telling him, you're extrovert, you're too much, you should not behave certain way. Where instead of appreciating his own quality, या जैसे हमारा बच्चा है हम उसको accept क्यों नहीं करते? एंड पेरेंटिंग में ना कोई बुक नहीं आता। आई विश कितनी भी बुक्स आए, बट देयर आर नो रिटन कि भाई तुम्हारा बच्चा ऐसे एक्ट करेगा तो तुम्हें ऐसे एक्ट करना है।
हाँ, मैन्युअल नहीं होती ना, बट
मैनुअल नहीं होती हमारे
we have a manual with any electric equipments that we are installing at our within the four walls of our house. We don't have a manual for parenting.
हाँ, और जैसे जैसे स्टेज में तुम्हारा बच्चा जाता है ना, वैसे वैसे तुम्हारी पेरेंटिंग स्टाइल भी चेंज होती है।
Absolutely.
If lot of us notice कि पहले मैं कुछ और करता था, अब मैंने इसके साथ ट्रिक सीख गया तो मैं भी कुछ और करूंगी। पर इसमें आप कब वो एक थिन लाइन क्रॉस कर देते हो जहां पे हम अप्रिसिएशन की जगह वी आर जस्ट डिमोटिवेटिंग, वी आर जस्ट क्वेश्चनिंग देयर ओन सैनिटी। और कभी कभार अरे द मेमोरी पे जो क्वेश्चंस आते हैं, I'm not like, you deny your own responsibility as a parent and you blame it to them. Like everything is, it's your fault. My fault is not. मैंने क्या किया था? तुम गलत सोच रहे हो।
Exactly. Exactly.
It's not that a way happened ना, मैं जो स्टोरी या मैं जो कह रहा ना उस तरीके से हुआ था।
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, Jyoti and Namrata, I would like to discuss a scenario with you, and I would love to have your inputs on it. So recently in the sense, my all cases that have been done and dusted, but then I would like to share here is that I know a parent, and the child had approached, a 17-year-old child had approached, and after when I met the parent, I noticed that the father had kind of lot of emotional imbalance, and anything that used to happen within the four walls of the house was completely kind of told to the child as it's all because of your mother that this is happening. So आज मेरा मूड बहुत खराब है because तुम्हारी मम्मी ने ये किया है, तुम्हारी मम्मी को ये समझ नहीं आती है, तुम्हारी मम्मी को वो समझ नहीं आती है, तुम भी तुम्हारे मम्मी के ऊपर गए हो, right? Namrata, is this gaslighting? Because I see, knowingly or unknowingly, 90% of the parents have been doing it, comparing with the parent, comparing with the habits of the child, the parent, comparing with the behavior of the parent, the behavior of the child and the parent. Would you like to talk about it?
No, absolutely. This is 100% a part of gaslighting. Now, what's very important, Riddhi, and a different angle here, which is very important to consider, is that I do not blame the parents completely, because I think they're not aware of it, that
Absolutely.
This is gaslighting. Like, there are a lot of times, like, say your child has just had lunch and it's just been an hour and a half, and the child says, I'm hungry. And, or maybe say that, the child had lunch and he went to play, and then he comes back and says, I'm hungry. And it's just been an hour and a half. Parent usually will say, you're just tired, yeah, you're not hungry. That's the response you give. Now, you have given that response because maybe you've just gone and sat right now after finishing all your household chores, and you said, let me just rest for a bit, and you don't want to get up again and give some food to your child, and as you say, you're just tired, rest it out, I'll give it to you in about an hour or so. Now, you have just done it as something which is, getting away with at that time, without realizing that this is actually having a long-term impact on the child, because the child starts questioning themselves, right? So it it is something that is important for us as parents to become more aware of, as individuals, because gaslighting doesn't just happen to children, it happens to adults as well. I've
Well,
seen so
correct.
many cases happening with adults as well, and it's very important for us to realize that we ourselves could be doing it a lot of times without realizing. We need to be a lot more mindful about what we are talking to people and how it's important to accept what a person is feeling, and then based on that go ahead. So even couples, for example, they gaslight each other so much, right? And that's what they then put forward to the children as well, because they constantly feel like the other party is wrong. They make them question their identity. So often it happens that either the wife is making the husband question whatever he's doing, or the husband is making the wife question, and that is what transfers again to the children, because that's what they're learning from each other as well, so this has to
Absolutely.
start at a level of their relationship first, of what's really happening. Because again, whoever the person who's gaslighting, like in the case of bullying, the person who bullies has been bullied somewhere in his life before.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
Exactly.
similarly, the person who is gaslighting also has been gaslighted sometime in life and has learned it from there, because we are not born with this. We learn this as we keep moving forward, as we go through a lot of things, and that's how we become people who gaslight further. So, a little bit, I think we need to also talk about where we need to start working on this, and then slowly allow it to not happen to our children as well.
Lovely. Jyoti, I would like to, have your perspective on the case, what I shared, just shared.
Hmm.
So, I mean, please go ahead.
Okay. The case you just shared, where the father is blaming the wife for everything, isn't it also a blame games? And as Namrita correctly said, कि couples में भी gaslighting होती है. Somewhere we are, the person is throwing his own blame to everything else and don't want to take any kind of responsibility. And it's all your fault. I'm just keeping my hands up. So might be a psychiatrist or any kind of disorders, but acceptance your own responsibility ये adult में भी कम होती है. और I remember maturity is not by age. तो ये accept करना and act towards it, it's a bit questionable. And for as a parents itself is a big transition in life. So
Absolutely.
जहाँ पे we think we are doing our best. मैंने तुम्हें gaslighting is also form of I given you everything, but what are you doing? हमारे जमाने में हमें ये सब कुछ नहीं मिलता था. You are born with that silver spoon or golden spoon.
Absolutely. True. Well said. Well said.
हाँ, ये काफी टिपिकल डायलॉग्स जहाँ पे यू आर गिविंग और तुम उतना ही सुना रहे हो, तो वो चाइल्ड कभी कभी बोलता होगा यार मत दो, बस करो.
So adding to what you said, in fact, you just mentioned, Jyoti. So many times, children come and say that we are feeling very pressurized before our board exams and feeling very tensed. And after I calm them and talk to them, something that comes out is that they might have heard the parent discussing कि इतना खर्चा किया है and अच्छे मार्क्स आए तो, या अगर बच्चे को बोल दिया तो तुम्हारे पीछे हम कितना सारा बलिदान दे रहे हैं, अभी 2 महीने से मैं ऑफिस नहीं गई हूँ, all because of you, I've taken a break from work because of you. That because of you is something which I feel it's kind of affecting young adults a lot. And parents, if you are the one who have a habit of doing this, let's not do it, because it affects. Also, I also wanted to talk about the concept of should. The word should is something which clearly associates with gaslighting. You should have done this. You should have done that. You should have kept the things ready at your end. You should have you should have set the dining table. You should have studied on your own. You should have spoken about it. You should have complained to the teacher. You should have done this. That should is something which we need to really address. And I believe, or probably if I had rights to do it, I would have removed the word should from the dictionary. So Namrata, I would love to hear from you some tips which the parents can inculcate in the communication with their children, or how do they take care when they are the ones who have a habit of doing the things which we just discussed. All to you.
Right. Right, thank you. I'm just going to share a little bit about gaslighting here, Riddhi, since we are just concising this. Gaslighting is done in three different ways, okay? One is through your narrative. So, the way you talk to the child, where the child is telling you that this is what really happened, and you immediately change the story into something that was different because you don't want the child to perceive it that way. That's again narrative gaslighting. Okay, so every time that you're trying to change the story is that you're gaslighting again, and the child does realize that. Okay, children today are very, very smart and they do catch hold of it. Emotional gaslighting is, as we said, that you deny their feelings. You're basically making them question what they are feeling. If they're saying that they are feeling sad, you just label it as, oh no, you're just tired. So you're basically emotionally not allowing them to feel what they're feeling. And the last one is personal gaslighting, which I think both of you spoke about very beautifully, is that you're making them always feel that they're not good, and that they're not doing things on their own, and that they have failed in doing something or performing something. So there are three different types, and we may be opting for any one and may not be doing the other two at the same time. But what's very important, and the first thing and the most important thing, I think, is we as humans need to become better listeners. We most often do not listen. We do not feel. We're thinking all the time. We're always here more than here, right? When we are in relationships, and especially the one with parent and child, it's something that has to come from here. It is a feeling centered relationship. You got to listen to what your child is feeling. You got to really uh, acknowledge his feelings. That's the right word. Acknowledge what they're going through. Even if at that time you're not being able to attend to it, tell them, I'm a little busy right now, can I come back to you on this? But do not deny what they're going through, or do not make them question what they are going through. I think listening is one of the most important things to do. I think at the end of the day, please sit with your child, talk to them, make them go through what is really happened through the day and what they have felt. Give them a chance to talk. Children are extremely smart, and these days, children a lot of times understand what decisions to make. Ask them what they would want to do in the situation than telling them what to do. Because telling them what to do eventually is you feeding them with everything. I would say rather, why not ask them? And then make them look at it in a different perspective if you want to. And how about looking at it this way than that way? See, parenting is a lot about patience, right? Most often we don't realize and we feel like, हाँ चलो ना हम जैसे बड़े हो गए वैसे ही हमारे बच्चे भी बड़े हो जाएंगे. But this generation, children are a lot more smarter. They catch things.
I guess parents have a very typical dialogue, and I've heard from many parents that वो तो अपने आप ही बड़ी हो गई पता ही नहीं चला या बड़ा हो गया.
I think this is the same thing that our parents have always told. Like my mom tells me, I don't know how y'all grew up. Y'all just grew up, But yes, on the way, at that time we lived in joint families, so we didn't look at just our parents as people. So there were other people to contribute to what we are thinking. But today, children look mainly at their parents as role models. They're the only people who they're mostly surrounded, because most of us live in nuclear families now. So it's very important for your dialogue to be a little more neutral, or either a little more on the positive side. I'm not saying it has to be perfect, but it has to be neutral. It has to be non-judgmental. For that, very, very important, first work on yourself as parents, right?
Brilliant.
So I think Riddhi does an amazing parent coaching sessions, that she conducts, and she's amazing, not because she's my friend, but I truly believe in her for what she does. I've seen her progress through the years, and she's made such a huge difference to people's lives. So as a parent, we need to start first from ourselves and then move ahead to our kids.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Amrita. And before even Jyoti takes it up, the things what you discuss is listening, acceptance, and somewhere the narratives need to be with self, the narratives which you have for self in regard to self needs to be changed. Brilliant. Jyoti, I would like to hear from you as well.
I totally agree with Namrata and Riddhi. Most of you covered. My only one tip, one single tip, okay? Stop guilt trip.
Ha.
We actually take them huge on a guilt trip. Uh, Either you're responsible or whenever parents come to me and they're like, my child is not listening, Meri bilkul nahi sunta. I said, okay, just 1 day or 2 days, observe how many times you say no to them. And surprisingly, it's what we input. It's like a computer, जो हम input देते हैं वही हमें output आता है, isn't it? So जैसे you wanna watch a movie with me? Do you wanna play? तो हम कहते हैं हाँ अभी time नहीं है. And so everything has become no, or as she said, when it comes to food, अच्छा पूरे दिन का तो खत्म करो. Right now in the pandemic, there is a night munching. So if parents in munching, child obviously gonna come down, even I want more. Dekha dekhi, just what we act, they pick up the similar. And then we says no. So every time, if we start, giving only no, and everything is just because of you. You have not good enough, or see the other kids. Now because a lot of people are working hybrid, so you're spending more time with the child, where more bonding should happen. That already happened. I'm not saying it's not happening, but unknowingly, knowingly, you're also breaking it.
That's true. That's true. So beautifully said. And parents, two things which I would like to add to what Namrata and Jyoti just mentioned. It is very important that you accept, acknowledge, and appreciate. 3 A's. In your parenting styles, if you start implementing or imbibing in your communication or in your behavior, that will really help you to overcome this habit of gaslighting. Nonetheless, aaj awareness session hua hai. If you are the one who have been doing it, start working on it. Simple as that. कुछ बड़ा नहीं है कि आप उसके ऊपर वर्क नहीं कर सकते. Probably we as parents must have also faced it. So let me share something which is really personal. So I was born in Navsari, which is near Surat. Now in our like in Navsari, there's a word which we call dubra, which means thin. Okay. No, for that it is like the support staff we have at home. But when I shifted to Ahmedabad with my parents, people there call dubra means somebody you are very thin. Now I happened to visit a relative's place, and the dadi there said, "Ye to bahut dubri hai," to my mother, because I was very thin. But you wouldn't believe, for years I grew up with this word dubri, because for me it was the support staff, and I could never relate to somebody that you are thin. Till the time my mother helped me to change my narratives, to change the way I was thinking. But that affected, right? I cannot change the grandmother, the dadi whose place I had been, right? But with my parents' help, I could change my own narratives. I want you to be the one who can help your child change the narratives. From today, let's work on all the tips that Namrata and Jyoti has shared. And if you want few more sessions or few more talks on this, capsule talks, please do connect with us. Do write it in the comment section, and we are sure to get back to you with one more capsule session on how do you have work on this habit of yours. Till then, thank you so much. And thank you, Namrata and Jyoti, for being there, sharing your knowledge, sharing your cases with us, and for all the parents who are part of Parent Tales, because this is something which many parents have been unknowingly doing it, and I'm sure that's going to help. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Riddhi, and to all the viewers. I would say, when it comes to parenting, it's come to Riddhi. So we also vouch for her.
Thank you so much, Jyoti. Thank you so much, and parents will see you soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.